time we left, when their men who came, and one of them shouted, "There she is!" A Toyota Prado had come where Joanne and her children were standing as they waited for the vehicle. The men talked so fast she could not comprehend what they were saying. She tried screaming, but the shock took her voice away. The men commanded her to get her bag, which she did. "But we were not told she had children," whispered the first man to the other. "Anyway, she fits the description," convinced Mwashuhuri, the second man. Despite Joanne's protests, they took her away, convincing the driver and the rest of the passengers that she had been under so much stress lately and had even forgotten her relatives. The passengers all held themselves back. Some did not want to engage in family affairs, while others were afraid if these were kidnappers, they would also have guns hidden somewhere. Meanwhile, terror filled Joanne's heart as her children held tightly to her. They too wondered what was wrong, but they were too afraid to ask because of the men. "Who are these men? What wrong have I committed?" she wondered silently. All along, she was praying that they would not hurt her. So Joanne found herself en route to Kericho town. She saw tea farms and wondered where they were taking her. In about half an hour, the car pulled up in front of a great mansion, which was right inside the tea bushes. She alighted and helped her children. By this time, the men were talking very kindly to her. "Mom, welcome, this is the place," Mwashuhuri said. Joanne asked what place that was. "I'm supposed to be in Nairobi in a few minutes' time," she cried loudly while protesting. "Nairobi? Stop playing games with us, madam. We are just obeying orders," Mwashuhuri bellowed. On noticing the shock on her face, he toned down. "Don't cry, Mom. The boss will direct you," he responded. So many thoughts raced through Joanne's mind. Was she a sacrifice? She had heard that people were getting lost. Could this be her fate? The crowd of people who had been waiting went into shock. She even has 2 children. "Oh dear, what is happening?" they whispered. "She's too old," some observed. Mahalo Duka came from the room where he was hiding. He turned as white as a ghost. "She's not the one! Mwashuhuri, what have you done?" he shouted frantically. The men in the room took him outside to allow him get fresh air and gain his composure. Mambo, his friend, came into the room and was equally shocked. After hearing what had happened, he motioned everyone with his hand to keep quiet. "People, this is the wrong woman. There's been a mix-up. This is not the woman who our son was supposed to marry." Everyone gasped. Apparently, Mahalo had organized with his bride to visit the home. He had spoken to her and got the details of the vehicle she was to use. He had sent Mwashuhuri and his other friend to get the girl. It was meant to be a surprise, as their ancestors used to spring up in the olden days. The pair had gone and brought the woman with the description and the complexion that they were given. But now they had the wrong woman. In addition, she had 2 children. How would they explain to her what was going on? "The right girl has arrived," someone shouted. "Jamila has come," Mahalo said with a start and stood up. To his surprise, Jamila walked in and gave him a hug. She wondered what was going on with people screaming that she had come. Indeed, Jamila's attire, a blue striped dress and a black jacket, and Joanne were exactly alike. Both of them had light complexion and both had plaited banana lines on their heads. What a coincidence! Joanne's presence here was a case of mistaken identity. Joanne looked up with tears streaming down her eyes. She screamed, "What? Jamila!" Jamila turned and saw her. They ran into each other's arms. Jamila said with excitement, "Cousin, what are you doing here? Where have you been all this time? What happened to you?" Words flowed like torrents of water out of her mouth. "Cousin?" Many people in the room repeated. Apparently, Jamila and Joanne were very close cousins. They had last seen each other about 10 years before. So the bridegroom came and asked Jamila what had happened, that she had changed means of traveling, unlike the agreement they had made. Jamila confessed that she must have forgotten the details or she didn't hear well over the phone. Therefore, she alighted at a petrol station as she thought Mahalo had instructed her. She had waited for someone to pick her up. After waiting for about an hour and trying to reach Mahalo on phone to no avail, she had decided to follow the scanty directions he had given her on the conversation that they had had on about where his home was located. She recalled him saying, "Once you reach Kericho town, just ask for Mahalo Senior's residence. Anyone, even a kid, will bring you." He had joked. "Kid? You mean the young of a goat?" She teased him. "Of course not, my grammar teacher," he replied with admiration in his eyes. So this day, she had put aside her fears and decided to follow those directions. True to his word, she was able to get someone on a boda boda, which is a motorcycle, to direct her until she arrived. Her arrival sent everyone into shock at what was happening. However, Mwashuri cleared the misunderstanding. He had gone as directed to the stage where they had picked the bride. As they reached, they saw a Nissan and a girl who fitted the description of the bride, except she was traveling with 2 children. But because she fitted the description, they had decided to obey and bring her back. Apparently, luck was on Mashuuri's side. He had a chance to brief the driver, who happened to have been his long-lost acquaintance. He had considered himself so lucky to accomplish his assignment so easily with very little resistance from the passengers. With that convincing explanation, the celebration went on. On the other hand, Mahalo Senior, on being told what had happened. Until next time, see you.